Ladies and gentlemen, there are terrorists walking around the United States today, and if the first thing that popped in your mind was them, you're a fucking racist. Actually, the terrorists in question are white. No, not these white people, they're the cool ones. The people in question. Now, I'm not saying that the Proud Boys are cool, that's a joke. These are the people terrorizing the United States. Now, if the first thing that popped in your head was, these are the motherfuckers terrorizing US cities, apparently yes.
Downtown Atlanta erupted into a scene of chaos Saturday night. As a protest took a violent turn, at least 3 buildings were damaged when rioters threw bricks and rocks, shattering windows. At least 2 police cars were targeted, one even lit on fire. Atlanta police say within 2 blocks of the protesters starting their destruction, they dispersed the crowd. 6 people were arrested. All of them are facing 8 charges, including domestic terrorism and arson. Only one is a Georgia resident.
From the Daily Mail, the woke, spoiled children trying to set fire to Atlanta. Maine millionaire's son, award-winning clarinetist, trans non-binary activist who all arrested for domestic terrorism during Atlanta riots. If you read this headline 20 years ago after 9/11, you'd think the writer just woke up from a week-long acid trip, or maybe you've come from a week-long acid trip. It's so unbelievable. The son of millionaire surgeon has been charged with domestic terrorism for the second time in a month over his role in violent Antifa protests in Atlanta on Saturday. How do you get charged with domestic terrorism twice in 1 month on 2 separate occasions? He should have been in Abu Ghraib taking selfies with Lindy England. Carroll, who grew up in a mansion in a luxurious beach town, was previously charged with domestic terrorism in December with his role in violent protests at the site of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. Does anyone else find it hilarious that these morons scream that they're oppressed when they just walked out of Starbucks with a $9 cold brew? I mean, the lack of self-awareness they have is on another level. Fresh details have also emerged about the privileged lives of some other protesters who are accused of bringing destruction to the streets of Atlanta. From the wealthy suburb of Happy Valley in Portland, Oregon, is a trans non-binary activist who uses the name Henry. What happened to the good old days when terrorists were flying planes, wearing boom boom vests, and working for the CIA? Now they're all just fat non-binary trans women from Portland, Oregon. Now, before you go into the comments and type in, "You're being transphobic," now remember that they're terrorists that shoot at the police. I think I can make fun of them. They committed crimes. They burned down city property, okay? Henry studied archaeology at Oberlin College with a focus on decolonization. Another kid that's spending 30 grand a year learning that colonization was bad. No shit, it was bad. You didn't have to spend 30 grand a year to figure that out. I cannot believe that there are still people to this day that spend that much money for this information. Maybe that's why they say they feel oppressed. They earn $100,000 of student debt over the 4 years, and they just found out that there's no careers in decolonization.
Police arrested 6 people in the violent protest that left several buildings damaged and a police car destroyed after it was set on fire.
Really? She's really gonna use that overplayed line? The lack of creativity is almost infuriating. You've had almost 3 years to come up with something new and you decided to steal the line from the dead black man. Put her in jail just for the appropriation.
Out right to jail, right away.
Do you think that in 10 to 15 years, when these retards really take over, because they will, everything you're seeing now is just the appetizer. But when they really take over, do you think they'll put you in jail for cultural appropriation? I don't know. It's just a thought I had. But anyway, goodbye.